Once was a land of woe and strife, where the people were bereft of hope. They prayed to their gods of might and light to deliver the heroes of old. Instead they got heroes. Did you hear the quotes in my voice of moral ambiguity? They may help or may not help you at all, depends on what's in it for them. They kick and they punch and they maul and they smash, they lie and they scheme and they burn and they slash. Succeed or fail, it adds to the tale. Dungeons and Debacle starts now. Hello and welcome to this episode of the Dungeons and Debacles podcast. I am your host and Dungeon Master Kevin. Going around the table, Blake.
Hey, I'm Blake, and I'll be playing Juliet, the Dragonborn eldritch knight / wizard.
And John.
Hello. I play Alunodas, Elven monk. They call him Sir Fist a lot, because he fists a lot.
My goodness.
Oh, wow. That's a monk archetype, right?
Yep.
Fury of Fisters. Fister of Fury. And Hannah.
I'm Hannah, and I'll be playing Talia, the human rogue.
And Shane.
That's me playing Alexander, the human bard.
Alright, so last time on Dungeons and Debacles podcast, you had made a deal with the Witch in the Witching Woods to get some spell components to take the cursed dagger that Alexander had to the Shrine of the Raven Queen to destroy it, to get rid of the demon and release Alexander from this curse. You make it to the shrine, complete the ritual, and out pops Ornon, the demon, who is trying to kill you. After a pretty interesting fight that included Alexander being swallowed by this demon and then casting polymorph from inside it and exploding outwards. After a while longer, you were able to defeat Ornon, who told you that he would return. So that's basically where you are right now, is in this shrine. What do you want to do now?
I would like to cast a spell. The spell being, if I can actually remember and actually get to it, cast Prayer of Healing.
Okay.
And I will cast it at a level 2. Now let's see what it tells me. 2d8 plus spellcasting modifier, so 2d8 plus 5.
And that's for everyone in the party, up to 6 creatures?
Yep.
Cool.
Of his choice, he could exclude you if he
So
wanted.
16.
That's true. Are you excluding me?
No.
Oh, thank you. So we all get 11 HP plus... What's your spellcasting ability? 16 total. Okay. Cool. Thank you.
And then we can take a short rest, regain spell slots and cheat points and whatnot.
Short rest? What are you talking about?
We need to get Foe.
Really?
We need to search the rest of this place.
And if you remember, the witch told you she wanted you to defile the shrine using these zombies that you have in the
I
bag
thought destroying
holding.
the dagger and releasing the demon would have been enough, but okay.
I mean, she's not here, and the demon's already been released. Do we really have to? Sounds like a lot of work.
I feel like the amount of work
Set the
is
poop in it or
less.
something?
Something like it. It'd probably be easier than dealing with her later.
Hey, Juliet, how do we defile the shrine? Actually, I'd probably know that better. I have the religion.
Yeah, I have no idea.
7.
As best as you could tell, maybe going through here and like breaking some of the iconography, and like chaining these zombies up in here. She also told you that she wanted you to defile the statue too, so busting it up.
I'm going to start methodically punching the statue. Those
Just
hands
use a
are,
weapon.
like, magic.
Talia's just gonna start searching for stuff to take.
Okay.
Yeah, Juliet's with
are
Talia
a
here.
weapon.
Investigation check, I'm guessing.
Yes. So Luno's punching the statue. Talia's
I got a
searching around inside of this shrine. You're seeing some candles and some incense, and some statuary. Nothing really of anything of value I would think would be to you. If any of you spellcasters need like incense for spell components, like I would think, like Find Familiar, if you want to change like the form of the familiar and recast it, you would need incense, so you would be able to find some here.
Yeah, I'll definitely grab some of that, because why not? It's worth 10 gold pieces, may as well.
You find probably about 50 gold pieces worth of incense here.
Oh, wow. Alexander, you said you wanted your own magical pet or some such? We could use these reagents to, get you one.
Heck yeah, I'm a big fan of ferrets. Whatever lets me summon.
Ferrets.
Where's Doctor right now?
Probably summoned away into them, whatever.
Into
how
the
you can desummon them or whatever?
Yep.
Yeah, so desummoned right now. But, why?
I was just asking.
Okay.
Where's Abbott?
Where is Abbott?
Probably outside with the cart.
Poor puppy.
That's why I wanted Talia to speak with animals. I thought she could train Abbott better with that. But
He knows lots of good commands, okay?
Don't you all have a
sit
scroll that
pretty.
does that? Or have you used that?
Scroll that does...
Speak with animals?
I don't know.
Seems like that was a scroll or a ring or something, but that would be on the inventory sheet.
I don't see it there, but it does sound like something we did encounter at some point.
Maybe you've already used it, that's why.
Probably. Oh, maybe you used it to try to talk to the spiders or something? In the cave? No, I don't know.
Anyway.
Just testing a macro. Ignore that.
Anything else you want to do in here in the shrine? See, Luno, give me an attack roll.
I did 6 damage.
Alright, so we'll say that's like enough to like break part of one of these wings off.
Haha.
Take that, Icon.
You didn't free my mistress, you deserve to suffer. In a very minimal way.
Alright, so what are you doing now?
Let's go poop in the pool of radiance. Technically, Luno doesn't know about that, but I'm assuming, unless you told him.
I have not told you a single thing. Why would I tell Luno something like that? Seems like a huge, huge mistake.
You did tell the story, or Alexander might have told the story, about how you betrayed and murdered your former companions.
Yeah, but that didn't have anything to do with any sort of, holy stuff. It was just kind of outside. Besides, did we finally decide to defile the altar? Like, did that happen with the zombies? Did someone do that?
I don't think we've done it yet, but I'd prefer to.
Yeah, you are on stage then, sir. Use those zombies to defile this thing.
They're in their bag of holding.
Whatever way you please.
Yeah, just chain them to the altar and let's get out of here. We're gonna get caught. And I don't feel like breaking out of jail tonight.
Nobody comes out here. Except us. And the people we kill.
Hey Kevin, can I make a religion check to see if I would know the proper way to defile, or is it just like destroying shit?
Go ahead and give me a religion check, because rolling's fun.
It is. I got 9.
You haven't really read anything that are like rites for defiling certain places, because most of those books would be like, if you were reading the Bible, there wouldn't be like descriptions of how to like defile a temple, you know, in that, you know. But I mean, from what this witch told you, you know, she wanted you to bust this place up and set these zombies up in here in the shrine. So you think that's probably good enough?
Okay. I will start yanking the zombies out of my bag.
Okay.
And start just letting them roam.
Describe what that looks like.
So I kind of like wedge the bag open and just kind of like yank them out, kind of just grabbing around like their armpits, I guess, and just pulling them out, as well as their chains. Are they goopy,
drippy zombies, or are they more dry zombies?
These are a little goopy.
Haha.
They've been out in the woods. All right, so
yeah.
You pull the zombies out, and you've got them by the chains, and they're just like stare at you and go.
Defile this temple, zombies.
That's good enough.
So they like set to go about defiling this temple, and they're like this like old MGM like Frankenstein style monster movement, like breaking statues.
No, Frankenstein from now on.
Frankenstein.
Nice.
You know, one goes over and like, you know, rubs his butt on the altar, and another one goes over and starts humping the leg of the statue of the Raven Queen.
He's got a boner.
Ha ha. I see what you did there.
That joke was dead on arrival.
Oh.
Really stunk up the place, huh?
Okay, so we've defiled the place. We've killed the demon. Alexander, you're free. You're welcome. And I'd like to take a look around here, if that's all right. We've been down here once before, but we didn't take a very thorough search.
Okay, let's explore.
Yeah, let's snoop around.
Snoop around.
Okay, as you remember, there was a door off here to
Secret.
the left that led to this shadowy pool.
Ooh.
Can Talia search this room?
Yep. So you go through this secret door that Juliet and Alexander would remember, and at this point it's been covered up with like a tapestry, and you just move it aside, and there's a wooden door that you open up that leads you down through this short hallway to this square room that the only thing in it is this hole in the middle of the floor filled with like it's this like dark water, but it also emanates like this like golden light around its edges.
And Luna rolled a 23 on a religion check, recognizing the fuck out of that pool of radiance.
So you've heard about some shrines and temples being built around like these points of power that occur like naturally in the world. Some of them have been rumored to link to other planes. Others have been rumored to be essences of like the power of certain gods that these temples are related to.
Can we tell which one of these this is, perhaps, some way?
Not really. I mean, you're basically, that's about, and that's a lot for a 23 to get out of this kind of check. But as far as like knowing specifically if this is like connected to some
well, I'm saying is
power,
there some way we could find out?
Maybe with like talking to adherents or priests or priestesses of the Raven Queen, they would know.
And there aren't any here, so we'll just...
Or maybe town rumors. You might be able to get out of that, but this is just basically what you get from book learning.
This water is dark, but it looks clean, right?
I mean, there's nothing,
kind of
looks
murky?
like there's nothing floating in it.
Okay, Juliet is going to lean down and take a sip from the water.
Okay.
She's thirsty. I don't know if that does anything, but...
So you take a sip of the water and you feel completely refreshed. And you're going to get all your hit points back and spells.
Hey, this water is like the one we had at the Elven temple in the Feywild. Drink some. Revitalize yourselves.
I shall drink the water.
I will also drink the water.
Okay, everybody gets, it's as if you had taken a long rest. You are refreshed. To answer your question, Luno, about what kind of pool this is, after drinking this, you think that this is somehow related to the Raven Queen's power. Not a plain...
to the Raven Queen.
Yeah, not a plain portal.
Aw.
I think, is this one of the things we should desecrate? Maybe we can have one of the zombies go take a dip in it.
That sounds like a wonderful idea.
Really? We've already defiled the shrine. We don't need to defile the water next to it.
Did she ever help ruin Axis? I don't think so.
In for a penny, in for a pound.
Hey, zombie, get in here.
As it's humped the leg of the statue in here. Are you going to get the zombie and
So
put
I
it in the
go
pool?
and fetch one zombie, bring it in, and tell it to just climb in the pool and swim around.
Okay. So it jumps into the pool and it's sitting there bobbing up and down. Its water's up to about its shoulders. It's just
Good zombie.
and you can see like parts of it like slumping off and floating in the water now.
Oh, that's a bad job. Well done.
I'd just like to go on record and say that's absolutely disgusting.
Agreed.
Let's go explore the temple.
Okay. Where are you headed?
Steps or is that a
Valuable
box?
things.
Hold on just a second. What'd you say, Luna?
Are these steps or is that a box?
That's a box.
Okay, so it's not
No.
steps leading to a door.
Yeah, and Hannah, what'd you say?
I'm gonna search again, or keep searching. Like, if we're exploring more areas, then I'd like to search the areas for anything valuable. Also, did I find anything valuable with the 13 and the water thing?
No, it's just a pool of water. With a zombie now
Okay.
bobbing up and down in it.
Gross.
Bobbing and weaving.
All right.
I'll search the new area with a 7.
Yeah, you're not seeing much in here other than there's some alcoves in these walls where you see some bones, as this is kind of like a mausoleum in these hallways. So as you walk back out in this hallways, the walls are just lined with skeletons in repose in these little slits, so, kind of like Skyrim when you're in one of those crypts.
Or the underground of France.
Yes, when Indiana Jones was looking for the Holy Grail. All right, so this is what you're seeing out in this hallway. You also remember that there was a secret room directly across from you over here where you found Jarek.
So not go back in there, shall we?
I don't know. There could be another dagger. You never know.
Ah, yes. Let's give the cursed dagger to the child.
She does use daggers.
So you can go left or right.
We're heading.
Let's go left.
Yeah, I was
Okay.
going to say I'm going to go left.
So as you enter the intersection here, you are going to see some steps down. You are going to remember, Juliet, that there were 2 secret doors. There was one that was right here. Hold on, let me ping it. There was a secret door that was right here that is opened up again, and there was a secret door that was right here. this area over here had been blocked off, and you remember it had been blocked off because there was a whole bunch of zombies in here. This was also the place down here where you found the body of Mayor Reese of
brother
Kala, his great uncle. Where you found, I think you found his halberd here and his body, and then you found let me reveal the rest of this area up here, where you found the map piece to the egg.
That I do remember.
I think you found the map piece up here to the north. But are you entering this area down here?
Yeah.
Okay, so as you enter the area down here, it looks a lot different than the last time you were here. It appears that the priests and priestesses of the Raven Queen have now kind of reclaimed this area, where it had just been shut off before because of the zombies. It's now opened up, and you can see that there's appears to be like new graves in here, and what appears to be, I guess, fresher bodies. They're in these alcoves, so it looks like they are making use of the space now.
I rolled a 12 for investigation.
Okay, what are you looking for?
Anything of value.
Okay. So you go through these alcoves and see if you can start looking for coins and whatnot. You're going to find various wedding rings on some of these corpses here. We're going to say that you can find like 12 of them. Each one of them is going to be worth about 20 gold pieces each.
Nice.
You'll find one really fancy one that has a diamond on it that you think is probably worth about 30 gold. 50 gold.
Very nice. Good find.
You are going to find over here by this where there's like these roots coming in on the wall, like a stone. It looks like it's an alcove that they've covered over with stone, and there's like a little ledge on it, and there is a helm sitting on the ledge.
Does the helm look new? Does it look ancient? What does it look like? Or is it just kind of a helm?
Give me a investigation check.
Sure. It's an 8.
It doesn't look new and it doesn't look ancient. You would think, it's probably somewhere between maybe 20 and 50 years. There's some rust that started to accumulate on it, but it's not thick.
Okay.
But as you're looking at it, there is a symbol on the crest of the above the not a crest, but above the forehead of it, that looks like it is the map piece that you have to the egg.
Ooh.
I'll snatch it up.
Okay.
It was sitting in an alcove above a body, yes?
So what you see is like up against the wall, there appears to be like this, about the size of a man, about 5.5 to 6 feet tall. That's like, you can see it was recessed, and it's kind of arched at the top, and then it has a piece of stone sitting over top of it, sort of like a vertical sarcophagi. And then there was a small ledge coming out from that stone piece that had the helm sitting on it.
So let's crack open that sarcophagus, yeah?
Sounds like a good idea.
All right, give me a strength check. Somebody, and then somebody can help if they want.
I'll help.
Somebody help me.
Vikala will help you.
Alright. It's an 18,
Talia will
23 total.
Okay.
With
Talia will
advantage.
give moral help.
I dance
Cheer
from
them
foot to
on.
foot in excitement.
I will play a couple of notes on my little playing a bagpipes and inspire Juliet.
That's a 23. That's funny. Also, I was just thinking the other day, Alexander, you've got that armor that's got guidance on it, and you've never used it.
Yeah, I was looking through my list of stuff right now, and I was thinking about that.
All right, so Juliet, you take this helm off of this ledge, and you hand it to Talia, and you wedge your fingers behind the stone, and the Kala is going to go over on the other side, and you both lift off this, and you're able to slide it out and then pull it out and then lift it up and set it over to the side. And this thing's like really heavy. Now that you've got it out, you can see it's about 3 inches thick, and it's made out of limestone.
Oh.
So now that you've got this off and you set it off to the side, you look inside this alcove, and it's about 3 feet deep, and inside of it is this skeleton in this plate armor leaning up against this wall here.
Sweet.
And as your memory serves you, this is the same body that you found with that halberd. So you think this is probably the mayor's great uncle. That now that this is being cleared out, they went through and like properly, put his body in one of these alcoves here instead of it just lying on the floor.
Now, from what I remember, his armor was like dirty and battered and not worth taking. Is that correct?
That's correct. It's rusty,
okay.
And it's got several dents and even a large cut that looks like it was an axe or something that's gone through the breastplate. It's definitely not as good as what you've got.
All right, cool. I don't know if he is going to have anything else on him, but it might be worth a look.
Give me an investigation
Talia,
check.
or Alexander, or someone.
I'll look. That's a 13.
So you start digging around, and as you're looking, around and looking up and looking behind him, the skeleton's going to fall out onto the floor and make this huge clang that rings throughout the halls here. What you are going to notice with this 13 is he appears to have a leather sack that was tucked in behind his in the small of his back.
Nice, good find.
That was tucked down in his breeches.
What's in it?
Do you want to look?
Absolutely.
Okay, so you pull this sack out, and the sack itself is probably about 8 inches long and about 5 inches wide. You pull it out, and it's got a piece of leather that goes over one side, and then it attaches with a buckle. You undo the buckle and pull up the leather, and the leather starts falling apart. But inside you're going to find a small book with wood covers.
What is it? 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 What is it?
It's
What is
a
it?
book.
Dang it. You can read now. Tell me.
I'll open the book or can I read? Is there anything written on the cover?
There's nothing on the cover.
Then I will open it and see if there's anything written on the inside.
I
Okay.
will step back as she opens it.
Okay.
Actually, can
don't
I use
judge by
Mage Hand to do that?
Okay. So you put, I guess, the book on the ground and cast Mage Hand. You open up this book, and the book it's like this plain, the covers on either side is like this plain wood that's probably about a quarter of an inch thick. There's no relief or inscription or anything on it. The wood looks broken around the edges of this from use, and worn on the outside from friction. You open it up, and the pages here look pretty rough from all the moisture that it's been exposed to down here. You're able to make out some of the writing. Does anyone have mending?
I do. I was thinking about using it. I will use mending on it.
Okay, so you go through and you cast mending, and mending is basically it's not going to repair the entire book, but like you're able to repair like the first page of the book, and if it's a cantrip, you could keep casting it and repair these other pages.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay, so we'll say you take some time, and the book's not overly thick. It's probably only about a half an inch thick. But as you're casting on this, you're starting to see some writing in it that you don't recognize. You don't recognize the language.
I'll take out my magic spellbook and do a ritual cast of comprehend language.
Okay. Actually, let's see. You're able to comprehend it now, and Juliet, you would recognize some of the passages here are draconic.
Oh, I can read that.
Okay. But as you're reading it, you understand the words, but the words and the order that they're in don't make a lot of sense.
Don't make no sense.
Perhaps it's some sort of cipher?
Let's decipher it. Do you have a decoding spell? A magic ring?
No.
Drink your Ovaltine.
I was working my way up to that.
Give me a intelligence check, Juliet.
I will give her guidance.
What is that, an extra D4?
Yep.
Just an extra 4, I believe, right?
D4.
It's a D4.
18 total then.
All right. So looking through this, you could tell that it's definitely a cipher. Just because the way things are written, it just doesn't make sense as sentences. So like if you were reading in this English, it would be blue ice cream jump. You know, it just seems like nonsense. So you would think that either this is a cipher or it was just written by a complete mad person who knows Draconic.
Why not both?
Could be.
Right.
So you find that book. You're going to roll him. Give me another investigation check, anybody.
Talia rolled first.
22.
Y'all roll.
25.
All right, so you're rummaging through. You're going to flip this guy over. You're going to find some various things that aren't very helpful, like you find what appears to be like a calligraphy case that this guy had that had a quill that's long since rotten and some ink that's just completely dried and hardened. But one thing of interest you are going to find is he is wearing a amulet around his neck that is very intricate, that looks almost like clockwork. It appears to be made out of silver, and it's got all these like intertwining bands that move in and out of each other. And with Alexander, with that 25, you're going to notice that some of these bands have draconic runes on them.
Hey, Juliet, can you read these draconic runes?
Sure, I can certainly try. Yeah, Alexander, not Alexander, wow. Alunodas can as well. Would you do the honors, Luna? I know you're not a native speaker, but...
Well, don't treat your culture like it's genetic or something, God.
The language is literally named after us.
doesn't mean you can automatically read it.
So is Elven and Dwarven. So you take a look, Luno, and these look like elements of the Draconic language.
When you say elements, you mean just like letters?
Yes.
Okay. They're letters. Do they spell something?
There doesn't appear to be any sort of rhyme or reason to them.
I think we found our decoder ring.
Yeah, do they appear to be paired up?
You can't really tell. You don't know. It just looks like a bunch of letters and this clockwork intertwining rings and bands.
How do you say clockwork? Does that mean you can turn a wheel?
As you're playing with this and moving it around in your hand, yeah, you seem like you're like fooling around with it, and one band will move, and then you touch another band and it moves, and you touch another band and it moves.
Okay, so Pool of Radiance time, this time referring to the video game. All right.
Well played, sir.
So we just have to figure out how to pair up the symbols and get it with the book and so on. I thought you guys said this place was abandoned. How is it people are taking care of it?
We cleared it out initially, remember? So they've come back and, fixed the place up.
Okay, so let's explore this place real quick and then leave before the priests come back.
Now you want to get out of here before anyone comes back.
Well, that was before I knew people were coming around. Sometimes.
All right, so we'll say that you go through here, and somebody give me an investigation check, and somebody can help with advantage, and we'll just do one roll for the whole thing.
I'll give you advantage, Talia.
19.
All right, so you go through here, and it was kind of cleared out before. The only new section that you're seeing here was the hallway near the shrine and the place that you're in right now. So as you go through, you already found those wedding rings. You're going to find 3 more necklaces, like silver and with emeralds. There's another one with sapphire and gold, and another one that looks like electrum with a ruby in it. That will say altogether they're worth about 200 gold.
Awesome.
You're also going to find some various other things in here that might be useful for like spells and rituals, like when you go back into this storage area up here, you can see that it's been replenished with some materials for burial rites. You're going to find incense and candles and some spices and various other things that you could probably use for spell components.
And a list of priests that topped with "don't share with local law enforcement" for internal use only.
Not so much. And then there's this large room up here. I want to have you give me a Talia and Alexander give me Talia, give me a investigation check with advantage.
24.
All right.
Nice.
So in here, most of these sarcophagi, and as you can see, these people up here that have been laid to rest in these walls. This looks like it was kind of a more like a affluent resting place. So you go through here and you walk down the stairs and you start looking through these sarcophagi, and Juliet would recognize most of these as they've looted before. They fought some zombies in here. You're going to notice that there's a new sarcophagi that have been placed in here. You want to open it?
Hell yeah.
I mean, not me personally, because I'm weak, but,
All right. So you open this sarcophagi here, and this body looks, I guess, fairly fresh in comparison. It's probably less than it's been here for probably less of than a year. It is a human male who is in his 60s, dressed in some fine clothing. You are going to find 2 rings on him, a necklace, and a belt that looks pretty fine with the gold work around it.
Sweet.
Someone is taking all this stuff down, right?
I am. Yep.
I am
Oh,
not.
thank you. Okay.
Do we know approximately what those would be worth?
Just looking at these, the 2 rings together would probably be worth 75 gold pieces. The necklace that he's wearing is this wide gold chain. You think that's probably worth 50 gold pieces. And then the belt buckle that he's wearing is gold and has this ornate relief on it of a dragon with 2 emeralds for eyes.
Oh, I'm keeping that.
You should check to see if any of this stuff is magic once we get out of here.
Detect
Yeah.
magic. I'll just cast it right now.
Let's wait and get out of here so that we don't get caught by priests and then arrested and then we have to break out of jail. Which I really don't feel like doing
they
tonight,
can't
guys.
arrest us. We're the good guys.
So you're casting detect magic?
Yes.
The
And not
belt.
as a ritual.
Okay, the belt is magical.
The belt is magical.
And you can tell that it is abjuration magic.
Oh.
So we can use it to get rid of
Protective.
demons. No, to command demons. I abjure thee.
What?
That'd be more
well, we
conjuration.
can find out what it is. What's that?
I said that would be more
for
conjuration.
commanded. Yeah. Well, this looks like an interesting belt, probably for protection or some such. We can further identify it once we have more time.
Yes,
outside?
let's get Foe.
Yes.
Is there still one more room, or is that it?
We'll say that you've gone through the rest of these rooms, and they don't look much different than when you were here before. It looks like whatever that you looted out of these people before, you already took. The rest of the rooms would have, like I said, the components for burial rites, that kind of stuff.
Okay.
I'm going to run around real quick and gather up cloths and robes and things like that, pile them all up in the... Let's see. I wanna
Alunodas?
put them all in
No,
like a
no.
storage room or something and light it on fire.
Bad Alunodas. Don't make me get the water gun.
We're defiling.
We already did the defiling. That we did more than enough. You don't need to burn stuff too.
Vic's going to go over and poop on the stairs.
That seems like a very Vic thing to do. And when we get outside, I'm going to take a whole bunch of seeds and acorns and stuff and plant them like right at the edge of the building. Long-term plan.
It's my 25-year plan.
The long con.
All right, so are you done in here?
I think so.
Yep.
Okay. So you walk outside, and at this point, it's probably a little after midnight, as you got here just after sunset, and you look around and see a black Dragonborn. It's Sish. No, I'm kidding. That didn't happen.
Okay.
I was gonna say, I think I promised to cut his head off next time I saw him, and I'm not prepared to do that right now.
I'm going to need you to kill the other half of your party right now.
Fine. Let's see. Let's kill Alexander and Juliet this time.
It's the
Ship
calling
of Theseus.
phase.
Is it still the same game?
Look, man, I got fireball, and I'm not afraid to use it on all of us.
I am not afraid to run away like a scared child by becoming a
better
bat.
than you.
Can you fly? Because I can fly.
If I turn on my boots and I dash, I will run like a mofo.
Reasonable. I'll cast a 4th level heat metal spell on anybody.
I don't wear armor. Haha.
Shit,
It's nice to know we're all so eager to abandon and kill each other.
I know. I was like, I wear leather armor. Oh wait, I have things strapped to my arms that are metal. That's probably not a good idea.
All right, so as you climb up the steps and exit the shrine, who's walking out first?
I'll go. I'm not going out first.
Juliet will go out first.
Okay, so as you reach the top of the steps, the door here is cracked, and you can see some light coming from outside that's low that you think is a torch, and you can hear outside say, "Go on in. What are you, chicken? We walked all this way and you're not even going to go in? You talk so brave in town, and then we get here and you chickening out."
Alexander, someone cast an illusion. Scare the fuck out of
Yeah,
me.
I'm gonna cast. Talia's gonna cast minor illusion to make like a roaring, moaning sound, like a scary sound.
Does minor illusion create sounds? I thought that was more of a thaumaturgy. Nope, you can create a sound or an image. Okay, so you create a sound and make the sound.
Hey, don't ruin the sound. Don't ruin the moment. That was pretty good.
Thank you.
So you cast this at the door, and then you hear like a squeak, and now you can hear like 3 separate voices. They appear to be like teenage boys, and you hear them yell, "Run! Run! Run! Oh my God, it's coming for us!" And then
I'll cast it again and make that noise but louder and longer.
Okay. So
Do you want me to?
Better, faster, stronger.
So you cast it again, and then from what glow from was outside here that you think was a torch is now gone, as you hear these footsteps like running away on the ground outside.
Very well done, Talia.
Thank you.
Alright, so I guess we're going to continue the rest of the way out there so we're not just stuck on the stairs. Besides, Vic's poop is starting to smell.
Yeah, let's get Foe. Let's get as far from here as we can and then probably camp for the night.
Vic says everyone likes their own brand, don't they? So you walk outside, and you know the shit smell abates from inside the shrine here. But as you walk probably about 15 feet out here, you start to get another whiff of it. But this is different. You think it was coming from the teens that shit themselves when they heard the sound coming out of the shrine.
Alright, so...
This is where
What
I plant my
are-
seeds.
So I think that's actually probably a pretty good place to end it right there.
Okay.
Okie dokie.
Unless there's
Cool.
something you guys want to do specifically before.
Well, I want to try and figure out the amulet and so on, but...
You mean the belt buckle?
Oh, that and the decoder ring.
Yeah, that too.
Actually, before we leave, can I go over to the... I'd like to go back to the shrine. To, like, the big statue thing.
Okay.
And then spend a little time, maybe like 10 minutes, however long it takes, to put a couple glyphs of warding on it to put a timer on like an explosion effect.
Okay. How long
Not an
does
actual
that?
explosion.
How long does that spell last? Like the glyph? Is it until somebody?
I think it's
triggers
indefinitely unless I dispel it or the the trigger that I put on it goes off.
Okay. Can you bring up the spell description?
Yeah, of course. I don't have it saved. Let me just pick it up real quick. It's got like 15 paragraphs of text, by the way.
Awesome.
Jesus.
What?
Holy shit.
I mean, it's basically a short story. Jeez.
Yeah, it's a significant amount. So lasts until dispelled or triggered. The casting time is it's a whole hour. I mean, I don't think we're really pressed for time, are we?
I don't know if we should stick around
We're kind
here.
of anxious to leave.
Is the
Because priest come back?
yeah? Are we desperate to blow this place up? I don't know.
I'd rather just get foe.
That's reasonable. I didn't realize it was going to take like a whole hour just to put down one rune. Yeah, let's just leave.
Okay. But yeah, wow, that's a journey.
Yeah, it's a whole thing, but it does so much.
Definitely not a combat spell.
Nope.
Not unless you're absurdly well prepared.
Yeah, but I mean, isn't that kind of the point, the whole aesthetic of being a wizard and a magic caster is that you're really well prepared?
No, it says that you're crazy and weird and want to rip apart the fabric of the universe so that you don't have to wipe your butt yourself.
Well, I agree with you, Alexander.
All right, so what else were you going to do?
That was it. I don't have anything else. Just leave those zombies just meandering around down there. Fucking shit up.
All right.
Shitting shit up.
And we'll, I guess, leave the identifying everything else for next time. So, I think we'll call it an episode. Thanks a lot, everybody.
Booyah.
See you around.
All right.
Thanks.
Thanks for listening to another episode of the Dungeons and Debacles podcast. If I could ask a halfling-sized favor, give us a 5-star rating and review on iTunes. It's the best way to support us. New episodes come out every Monday, so make sure to check your podcast app. Do you have an idea to make the podcast better? Tell us about it on Twitter or Facebook. You can also check out our website to see all the maps, lore, and characters at dungeonsanddebacklespodcast.com. And now a word from our fantasy sponsor. After a long day in the fields or the mines, all you want to do is visit the tavern with your mates and relax. You need an ale that won't fill you up or empty your purse. Ask your barkeep for a Conley Light. It's made by Master Dwarven brewers with the finest ingredients from the Plains Nation. It's a refreshing, crisp ale that will quench your thirst, and you can feel good about drinking tankard after tankard without that full feeling you get from other ales. So you can keep going all night. For better times at a better price, Conley Light. The music you heard on this episode was Rights by Kevin MacLeod and Incompetech.com. Licensed under Creative Commons by Attribution 3.0 license. CreativeCommons.org/licenses/by/3.0.